Are taking arts to the garden. We talked a little bit about the drought earlier, but it doesn't seem to be happening in one place.
One spot is an Eden, shall we say. So many area gardens are in distress with the continuing hot, dry weather, but let's go to one that is flourishing. Tended with love and designed by history, the gardens at Riversdale Mansion are gloriously alive. Sarah Urdaneta is the gardener in charge. What a glorious garden. Is this your full-time job?
Actually, I work here part-time for Maryland Park and Planning, but it's a lot of work. It certainly is. 3 days a week, and it's not nearly enough.
And in all this heat?
In all this heat, yeah, we do a lot of things to keep cool, just take a lot of breaks in the shade, drink a lot of water, and think about how hard it must have been back in the 1800s.
Tell me a little bit about the layout of the garden. Is it laid out as though the folks were still living here, Calverts were still here?
Well, the actual design itself is similar. The location of the garden is where the Calverts had the garden itself. We have here a variety of formal gardens where they would walk through paths and they have vegetables and flowers. And then at the far end of the garden, we have some squares that are demonstration crops. So to signify the things that they would have grown to feed the animals and the larger workforce on the property.
Where did they get seeds and things? Did some of them come from Europe?
Some of them did come from Europe, and it was a new colony. Everything was starting, so there was a lot of trading amongst themselves. They would hear that someone, maybe 50 miles away had some great corn, and they would, try to trade something that they had that was successful in order to get some of their corn, and so then the good varieties spread throughout the area. The vast majority of the varieties we have here are heirloom varieties, and that goes for the flowers and the vegetables and the fruit trees. We try to keep as historically accurate as we can. The tobacco is a crop that's been in Maryland for hundreds of years, and the tobacco we're growing here actually is Maryland tobacco. We got some seeds from some Amish farmers down in southern Maryland, so it is authentic to this area. And yes, as far as we know, again, because they're heirloom varieties, the varieties we're growing here have been grown here for hundreds of years. Some of my favorites are some of these strange heirloom vegetables. So this year we have an eggplant called the Little Spooky, which is a long cylindrical white eggplant. Doesn't taste any different from the purple eggplant, but it looks cool. Looks cool. We've got a couple different colors and varieties of beans, and it just makes for an interesting palette on the table.
Is your interest in the history of gardens?
It is. I'm very interested in the history. This job provides me with some opportunities that just regular other gardening jobs don't. I get to talk to the public. They come in, I get to tell them and share with them my love of the garden and its place in Maryland's history.
You are welcome to visit and stroll. Riversdale Mansion is on Riverdale Road in Riverdale, and the grounds are open every day, dawn to dusk.
So we can safely assume that somebody watered her garden.
Somebody's working hard over there. Okay. Sarah's working hard, and there's a lot of water happening. Yes.
It was gorgeous. Thanks,
It is
Galen, for bringing us that
garden.
piece. All right. Well, the